can we have a talk about like the microbiome, immune system, like food allergies, and all of this stuff? Because I feel like there's a lot of, I won't say misinformation because I don't believe it's misinformation. I just think it's incomplete information that I come across a lot. And if you're still searching for answers, maybe this video will help you, okay? So, I'm a huge proponent for the carnivore diet, not as a lifestyle, but as a way to heal, okay? And the reason that I'm a huge proponent for this diet is because the carnivore diet is an elimination diet. So it does one thing. First off, it actually resets the immune system. When you eliminate all the causes of potential issues for your immune system, it has a chance to reset itself, okay? And there's no guessing game. You just get rid of everything, right? Some people will get rid of everything down to just, like steaks. They'll just eat red meat, right? If you do a carnivore diet, that means animal proteins only, okay? No cheese, all right? So we're talking like tallow, lard, and butter to cook with. And no shellfish, and if you can, no pork, because pork really and truly is just not a clean meat, and it tends to create more inflammation than it resolves, okay? So now that I've gotten that out of the way, when you do a carnivore diet, it gives your body a chance to reset itself because you're eliminating all the immune factors that could actually cause your immune system to react, okay? The second reason that carnivore is great is because it actually helps to heal the stomach lining, okay? So our stomach lining essentially needs hydrochloric acid to maintain its strength, right? Without hydrochloric acid, it becomes permeable. Now, this is where vegans and vegetarians get in a lot of trouble, okay? Because I was a vegetarian for 13 years. If you want parasites, if you want H. pylori, if you want all of these other stomach issues, please continue. Be a vegetarian, be a vegan. But what's going to happen is you're going to deplete your stomach acid and you will just create a breeding ground for these things, okay? When I left that diet behind and started eating just chicken and turkey again, I was breaking out horribly because I didn't have enough hydrochloric acid in my body to break down the proteins. And as I was integrating that back into my diet, I had to use betaine hydrochloric acid with my meals. So that way I could build up that stomach acid again. Now, you can supplement with hydrochloric acid, or if you want to heal the stomach lining, then you just start to eat animal proteins again, okay? Because then you'll, as a byproduct of eating these proteins, your body produces it. So if you've been on the vegetarian path or the vegan path for a while, you probably will need to supplement, at least for probably 6 months. And then after that, your body starts to build up its own again. But see, this is where, like, if you don't have, again, if we go back to the fact that, like, you've been eating very little protein, animal protein for a long time, you're going to be severely lacking that stomach acid. So you don't just become prone to things like parasites and things like H. pylori, which, oh my God, I had both. Oh, it was terrible. Like, I got so many parasites. I am like an expert on parasites now. I had hookworms. I had liver flukes. I had protozoas. Like, pinworms. Like, I can't even tell you how many times my natural doctor was like, oh yeah, you have parasites again. And since I've started eating red meat, so initially I incorporated just chicken and turkey and stuff back into my diet, but as I incorporated red meat, that's where my stomach acid really kicked in. And actually, when I started eating red meat again, I had to supplement with HCl again, because it's a whole other level of breaking down those proteins. But I haven't had parasites since. So, and I don't have H. pylori. I had H. pylori for years not knowing what it was. It was awful. And by the way, if you have H. pylori, you can use Siberian pine nut oil to get rid of it, just so you know. But anyway, but the other problem that comes isn't just that you're like a petri dish for these things, but you have leaky gut. And when we have leaky gut, that means that things that are supposed to stay in the digestive tract end up in the bloodstream, causing autoimmune issues, right? And so it's not enough to just pull things out of the diet so that your immune system doesn't react. We have to heal the gut lining so that things don't continue to fall into the bloodstream, causing these issues. So we have to eliminate the foods, reset the immune system. Then we have to build back up that stomach lining. And then lastly, you build up your gut microbiome, right? Now, on carnivore, as you're doing the first two, the third one you're not going to be doing, but you will be eradicating all the bad bacteria. If you have SIBO, you can't get rid of. If you have H. pylori, you're going to get rid of it on carnivore. As you come off the diet, right, this is where you get to pick and choose the kind of microbiome you want to rebuild in your system. And this is really powerful as well, because this is where the microbiome, you know, if in the past you were craving a lot of sugar and a lot of shit, well, now you have the option to refeed things that won't do that, right? And I found that when I went carnivore, I actually eradicated a lot of my like foods that I used to crave. Like, I don't crave them anymore. And so I did the diet just so that, like, I had some joint stuff would feel better, and you know, I wanted to lean out a little bit, but like, I wasn't doing it for any crazy reason. If I had known about this diet though, when I was coming off of being vegetarian, oh my gosh, like I wish I had known then. But this is why this diet is so powerful. And again, I hear a lot of people talking about these symptoms, and I'm like, I just want to ask them, like, are you vegetarian or were you vegetarian? Because so much, like the gas, the bloating, that is so classic of someone who just spent way too much time not getting enough animal proteins in. Because that's what happens when you just consume animal proteins. All that gas, all that bloating, all that stuff, it goes away, and your system has a chance to heal. Now, I don't recommend this diet long term because I don't think it's necessary, and it has like other, I guess, costs. I guess, like for myself, I don't like doing carnivore long term because I lift, and I just find that sugars are a better source of energy for my muscles. But for healing, for repair, 30 days, 3 months, it's amazing. Absolutely an incredible way to reset your immune system, heal your microbiome, and start fresh. And then if you truly have an issue that's like, you know, like that falls on the edge of the bell curve, you'll know, you won't have to guess anymore, because you'll have eliminated 99% of the factors that cause the symptoms that you're dealing with. So if you truly have a, you know, like an autoimmune condition that you were born with, then it's easier to diagnose this because you've already, like I said, eradicated 99% of your problems. So I am a huge proponent of this diet. Again, if you decided at one point, you're like, I'm going to go vegetarian. I mean, I went vegetarian before I became a yogi, but like they kind of go hand in hand. And not only did I have so many stomach issues during that time, but I was skinny fat, and I don't miss that. So anyway, for all things wellness, mind, body, and spirit, if you like information like this, like, share, follow for more.